Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Hope you guys caught that video that we dropped this weekend about that amazing strategy that we've been using to have some incredibly profitable trades. In any case, today is Monday, April 17th, 2023, and it's time to get started. First, I gotta use this inhaler. Ooh. All right, let's go ahead and add the chart to the screen. All right, here we are. This is the sim. We also have the other stuff up. Three-minute chart, looking like we're at a bit of a sell-off, running into resistance on the 200 simple moving average. About a couple pops through VWAP just to reject off the 200. Probably going to be a little bit before we can get above that. The upper band of the VWAP and the lower band of the VWAP are pretty close together. 72 on the high end, 59 on the low end. I feel like I'm making weather call outs. Boom, 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 boom. 14. Kind of low volatility today. That's a pretty big sell-off there. All right, so we're currently in bearish form. Big sell-off rejection on the possible 5200 cross on the 1 minute side. Rejected though before it actually crossed. And currently everything's on the downward move. Sold off all the way down to 59 from the rejection up here on VWAP at 65. So that was quite a lot of contracts there. It was 9,300 contracts on that sell-off. Okay. So taking a look at this, seeing that there's a smaller range. We are approaching 5,200 cross, although that may be a little bit. And then also taking a look and seeing the just the contracts that just took place on that sell-off there. I think what I would be looking for is sort of a red to green. The ES is only down $4.50 on the day, so it's not like it's down particularly bad. So essentially, if we get above 4165, which is right around VWAP, I think that we have a lot of opportunity for some upward push. We're coming into this 5200 cross on the 1 minute side soonish. I might join the bid here just on the join the bid on the sim. I'm gonna put the exit at like 62. That'd be 5 ticks on the day, and then I'm gonna swap this. This was up at 15. I thought it was at 5. So let's go ahead and jump into the evaluation. I don't know why I put us all the way back there. Okay, so this one had a couple of breakouts on the strategy that on that video that we dropped this weekend. You can see there was one here, which had several opportunities to get out on this side as well as up here. And there was a cross below with another option here to ride that up. Making new lows down there at 57 area. That means that our sim trade is probably doing really poorly. What's up, Shiny? Good to see you. Our sim trade is doing pretty bad. So I want to see a yellow candle on TTM. We're gonna cut this though. Might just keep making lows here. Yeah, I'm gonna look for like a yellow candle reversal. I kind of wish that I was here a little bit earlier to grab this short though. How you doing today, Tiny? What up, Pawn? Yeah, Pawn. I was actually just looking for a bounce off that drop. But I can also tell you that I need to get warmed up for the day. I can tell you that much. Ugh. What was the trend that I had all morning? Because when I was looking at the chart, it just seemed kind of sideways. A little bit bounce here at the lower band, but I don't really have a preference on long or short today, but like Pawn mentioned, just given the drop, I mean, it could end up being more of a bearish day, especially also because it failed this rejection here. I mean, that's kind of a when it fails the 5200, that typically means that we're in more of a bearish day. He is only down 550 though, and the range on this upper band and lower band of the VWAP is very tight. Let's see. 3-minute those went on that downward cross since about 1:30 in the morning. Y'all catch that rip on DFL Live this morning? Three-minute charts continuing to push downward. Also, the lower band of the view, I was kind of pointing downward too. I wonder if we'll actually get like a little bit more push down. I'm gonna go back to some of the other days, check out for some potential levels here. We had 52 marked out. Honestly, this area looks like a spot too. Since we had these peaks here. There's a pop back at 60. All right, getting a yellow candle on the 1-minute side. That's what I was hoping for with this trade over here too. Actually getting a cyan switch on the 20-second chart. Trailing max on the apex count is at 1385. Kind of sucked on Friday. We were up like $270 or something like that. We ended up taking like one bad trade right at the end of the day, and it just dumped on us. And we were so cautious the whole day too. Kind of missed this move here. I think I just needed to be a little bit more patient. This 20 and this 50, or sorry, 50 and 200. I don't know if I said 20. This 50 and this 200 are kind of on approach for another test for the upper cross. I kind of missed this move here on the cyan switch, so I'm not going to chase this. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. One of your monitors isn't working. Yeah, the price action is a little tight, in my opinion. I don't want to take this here because at this point I feel like I'd be chasing it. The cyan switch there, I would have taken that as a long though. I probably would have entered over on this red yellow though, possibly right in this upper area. Currently at 61.25. So really, I kind of want to see it get above 65 in order to take any trade. Can't take anything here because, like I said, it kind of already missed it. Putting in some flashes and some cooling candles here. There's a lot of potential for this to come up and go towards 64. But even with that potential there, I don't want to take that approach just because I just feel like I'll be taking a larger risk than I should be. So if I miss it, I miss it. It's not a big deal. I'd rather wait for the confirmation and the crossovers. Did y'all catch that video this weekend? I hope so. Talked about the strategy that I'm talking about right now, actually. But outside of that, I also talked about like how it might get automated into like a bot or something like that. Utilizing that same strategy, which I think has enough accuracy to turn into a trading bot. Where's my other trade bait? Here it is. Oh, this is also stuck way back here. Oops. Okay, that's what I want. That. So there's that move up to 64 that I mentioned that it likely would have room to do. hit 63.75. So like I said, I'm waiting for the approach on this actual crossover here. There we go. And I'll be looking to go on the mini 3 contracts, and I'll be looking for 5 ticks on it. That was a nice move though. This bounce here off 61.50 up to 63.75. Like I said, you know, I saw there was room at 64 was what my thought was. I didn't take the trade because I'm waiting for the confirmation of the strategies. Really, just trying to trade within that strategy. I don't want to deviate. I think sometimes when I deviate, I overtrade. Like on Friday, my issue really was just that, the overtrading. You know, like I said, we were green $270, and we ended up giving away our profit just because we had to take that one last trade. You know what I mean? So that, in my opinion, is overtrading. So we're just going to wait for that crossover there. I'm going to jump over here onto the sim as well. So 1 minute side is on the approach of the TTMs, the Cyan switcher. From 1.4 down to 1.1. I wonder if we'll get a bounce here off 41.60. So we had 1.4 to 1.14 to 0.8. We're also ways off from, like, we don't have the 9 above the 12 yet for the confirmation. The TTM is very close to a Cyan switch though. But the 9 above the 12 would look really good. And then we're also on the approach for a 12.26 crossover. I'll look for resistance at 64, 69, right at the 200 moving average. And then also at the view apps at 65.25. So we're going to split the difference and call it 65. So you look at the 20-second chart yet again. And our 50 is at 61.16 and our 200 is at 63.73. So we have just about $2.50 worth of divergence on that. I think that we can traverse that pretty quickly, actually. $161 is my pivot. Flag and 161 might break again here. Kind of rejected right there. Are we gonna double bottom? Bottom down here is at 56.50. Patience. Patience. I must have patience. Sometimes I lack patience, which can make my trading kind of challenging. So another red to yellow move might be worth a trade there. TTM's kind of flattening out on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, so you're right on 161. I agree with you on that. Because that's really right where the crossover is of the 1226 too. It's right around 161. I'm going back up to 59. It's 9 still below the 12. There's a yellow candle on the 22nd. Is it low volume today? It's not that low. Feels low though. The breakout fails. Yeah. Pawn, you typically go short, don't you? Like you. I've heard you talk a lot about short trading, so. $26 is still on his way down, so it does look decent. There was a pretty nice bounce right there. Basically, on the 1 minute side, I want to see the science switch. I want to see the 9 get above 12, 12 get above 26, etc. All the same strategies that we normally do. It's looking pretty good. One long here on 61. I'm going to try to get out at 62 1/4. I'm looking for the cyan switch on the 22nd chart. Probably have room up here, I think, to about 63 1/4 if this part here doesn't fail. There's cyan on the 22nd chart. Just looking for 5 ticks, but my hope is that we actually run up through towards the 200 moving average. All right, that was a nice first trade of the day. Up 178.50. We did wait for this trade for quite a while. Nice little move upward there. Bon, I was just pulling up your you sent to me here. This is what was sent to me here. So I'm guessing you're talking about going short right here off the rejection of this 200 simple moving average, right? Like right in this zone. All right, so we did have a very nice little bounce here on this cyan switch. The cyan switch has actually been also very accurate on the 22nd chart. We are on the approach of the 5200 cross on the 22nd moving average. Jumping here. 9 is above the 12. We got the 1226 crossover there on the 1 minute side. And we're right here at the 50 moving average. So we may pull back to about the 35, maybe the 9. 9 EMA is right here at about 61 and a quarter. I'm going to join the bid on the sim. So the intention here with this, even though we got this blue cool, the intention here with this is to enter around the 90 exponential moving average and then take a test of the 200 moving average. So it's only going for 5 ticks. We're in a 61 and a quarter on the sim. Yeah, I saw your yellow trend line there. By the way, y'all, if y'all are not inside of our Discord community, you're definitely going to want to check that out. We do have an amazing community. People like Pawn and Tiny and a bunch of other awesome traders in there who spit some really awesome knowledge. So if you're really trying to learn and just sort of hear about what other traders are going through, you guys may want to check it out. Cutting this trade. So it went long for the bounce off the 9. It's not ready yet. Not ready for that trend reversal. And all week we've been waiting for that trend reversal, like on daily basis type stuff. Because usually when we've been sitting down, it's been falling. But it kind of feels like for the last month or so, the trend reversals haven't really been happening until about 8:45. To be pretty consistent, I guess. That's typically where they've been. So I'm grateful that we got this trade here. We took this based off the cyan switch on the TTM. And like I said, watch out for rejection at the 200 simple moving average. That's exactly what it did. Rejected right here on the 200 SMA. That would have been a very nice short as well off that 200 and just on down. It's funny, but since I've been trading on the 20-second chart, trading actually feels easier. And it's almost as if I can like look at these moves and be like, well, I can see and understand that there is going to be a small move inbound right here. And so it just seems like more straightforward for me. I don't know, but trading on the 20-second. I know a lot of people are like, trade on the longer term charts, but trading on the 20-second chart is like, it's working for me. I really like it. So I'll get the trappers up in just a second. Vaughn, I love your eye for technical analysis. You have like an interesting eye. So that's what Palm was showing here is just sort of that there's this pretty consistent pattern. So we're getting these drops and then we're running back up, and then as it crosses above the 200 moving average there, then we tend to reject and then do it again. So you're saying that the pattern is pretty consistent, and you're right, it is. So the longs that I've been taking there, only got 3 ticks on the last one. Hey, green is good. Green is good. Yeah, man, there's a I had a lot of days like that last week where I was just like, man, I could have got like, X amount of points on that. especially like there was one day last week where there was so many like 12-point moves over and over and over again. This is actually ascending though. Maybe it's not. Kind of is. The TTM is ascending, not necessarily the price chart, but the TTM is. But with the TTM ascending, I mean, that does look good for an actual longer term breakout. I think our longer term breakout might be, before 830 is my guess. So we're at 60.5 on the 200 moving average and 62.87 on the 200 and 60.5 on the 50 moving average. I'm not going to take this cyan switch here just because it's so close to the 200. I think it would have been better off going with the red yellow move. So I'm not going to take this one. If it was a little bit further away, or if it was like on the 50 EMA, then I'd be more willing to take it. Kind of like at this level, but if it was at this level without this run up here. There's a little bit of a flag right there though. So still waiting on that 5200 cross. I think we'll get it soon enough. I mean, they're only apart by about $2 now. Yeah, like I said, off the 50 EMA, like this section right here might be a decent like little pop, but I'm not going to take it because if it does pop up, I might reject just immediately because of that 200. I do rely quite a lot on the moving averages. I've had people just tell me that I should be trading on a clean chart and I should just be using the candles to trade and all this other type of stuff. And the fact is that I'm going to take any advantage at all, period. Like if there's going to be an advantage that is available to me and I can just do it by adding some lines on a chart, you better believe I'm going to do that. So it looks like that cyan switch did work out, but only off the pullback. So it would have had to have been off the 50, and it's only about, I don't know, 3 to 5 ticks depending on your entry. So in my opinion, it's not worth the risk. Let's take a look at the longer term chart here. So this has a little cyan switch. It's rejected on this 50 several times. I'm gonna probably keep this on the 3-minute chart. Just because a 3-minute is so good at predicting trend reversals. All right, so 200 moving average has worked its way almost up to 61. It's at 60.7, and I keep calling the green one the 200. I don't know why. Sorry, the 50 is at 60.75 area, and the 200 is at 62.63. So less than $2 now between the two of those. These could still reject, which is why I always wait for the actual crossover to happen in order to take that trade. And then also remember that we got to get through the volume weighted average price, which is up to 65. So a lot of volume on that drop there. We can tell that our trend reversal is inbound. Just looking at the moving averages and the convergence between the two of them, the 200 is steadily declining while the 50 is staying kind of where it's at. And at some point in the near future, these will likely cross, and when they do, we should get that rip up. Now that rip up may only go to rip of 65 and then reject a couple of times before actually breaking out as well. So that's something to bear in mind. We'll see what A15 brings in 3 minutes or so. Yeah, I can see the trend reversal is inbound. Like, I mean, it's there, it's evident. You know what I mean? Yeah, I appreciate that, Pawn. I've been sort of developing a short base strategy as well. That's almost like a flip of my own. Uh, but there's okay, so there's definitely like a little bit of bias that I can tell is still standing in my way on going short. And I'm trying to eliminate that bias as well. It seems like a psychological thing, honestly, like a issue psychologically. So I had a thought here to go short on the flip over to the red, um, but I didn't want to execute on it again for psychological reasons. It's basically like I could see that there is an upward trend inbound, and I don't want to get caught in the wrong direction on momentum. These rejections off this 200 moving average though just seem like easy money almost. But where I also really would like to start taking shorts is on these 50 crosses downward. But I can even see right now on this one that it wouldn't have worked out, because if I waited for the cross, then it would have been after the drop and the rest of it would have inclined. And while we still would have had some pretty reasonable opportunities to get out, I think that it would have been likely cut before then. Difference of almost 250 now. The 50 moving average has moved down some. Moved down about 65 cents or so. TTM's down here at 1.8 on the 20-second chart. We may see a red-yellow move again. There's a yellow. So these red to yellows have been pretty accurate. I may start taking a few of them. They carry with them higher risk than some of the other trades. Like, they carry with them higher risk than the cyan switch. And so I'm not always keen to necessarily take these. Rejected there on the 50. Pawn, how's the shop doing? Dude, I showed my kid those 3D prints of the Mario stuff that you were doing. He was like, dude, this is awesome. Because he's such a 3D printing nerd, dude. He's trying to like get all these he has a 3D printer now. He has a Ender V2 or something, or Ender V3. And he's trying to get this like $1,500 printer. I'm like, I don't know, man. You gotta sell more stuff on Amazon or something. Long at the bottom on the wedge. Last week was slow, man. Like there was a couple of good days last week, but I mean it was just overall pretty slow. So I wonder if we're kind of hitting resistance a little bit here at 60. We are approaching that cyan switch. I think this looks decent for another run up here. Kind of missed the entry that I wanted. I was gonna try for the entry at 60. I think I just hesitated. Maybe we'll get a little pullback entry often. I missed the op. So we're approaching that 200 now, but we're approaching it with some cyan momentum. Are we going to break over it? If we do, we may be inbound on the approach of the actual reversal. There's a little peak over it. There was a nice like 12 tick opportunity in here though. So we're up about 178 in our Apex account on the day. I'm gonna see if we can get up a little bit in our 100K account. I think we might get one more rejection here before the actual reversal. There it is. Well, I don't know if that's going to be the one. We're almost exactly $2 apart on the crossover. Like I said, about 8:30 or so. Possibly 8:45, but I'm leaning more towards 8:30. There's that rejection that we just mentioned. Wonder if we'll bounce here at the 50. Typically, though, today we've been kind of whenever we get the cyan switches like this, and then it's been pretty typical in terms of wave pattern, where it's been cyan switch back to blue, back to red, then back to yellow, then back to cyan, and back to blue. So with a few little one-offs like these guys, like this one here and this one here, but outside of that, it's been pretty consistent on its wave pattern. It does kind of feel like we're holding a little bit, like our lows are a little bit higher each time. Got out too early. False breakout might get ugly soon, huh? Yeah, it might. Well, we were dealing with, we dealt with this, was last Thursday or something like that. Maybe it was last Friday, where it basically did this exact same thing where it kept false breaking all day long up until about 10:45 or 11 o'clock. And I stayed around trading till like 10:30. And then I was like, man, then I had to deal with life, like go handle my obligations for the day and everything like that. I'm like, I feel like this is gonna actually turn reversal like the moment I walk away, and it did. It was like I walked away 15 minutes later, the thing was ripping, and I was like, dude, I knew it. I just knew it. But and my wife was like, "Do you got to go back to trading?" And I'm like, "Nah, you know, family first. Like that's what's more important." And she's like, "You sure? Because I know you said you lost money." I'm like, "It is what it is, man. Just got to take the good with the bad. Like, I gotta handle what I gotta handle. You know what I mean?" I'm gonna open up my office. It's hot in here. Give me a second. So when this actually happens, this crossover here, it'll be the exact strategy that we talked about in the video that we dropped this weekend. If you guys haven't taken a look at that yet, you're definitely gonna want to go watch it. It's a short watch, but it does explain a lot in terms of my approach to the strategy. Oh wait, shove back into the wedge. Yeah, I see what you're talking about there. All right, so customer chart. Which account are we in? We're in okay, we're in our 100K. Okay, so we did pull back and now we're making another attempt at the 200 moving average. Kind of wish I got this this yellow crosser here, this yellow switch. Would have been nice. It'd be very nice. Still about $2 away, and this was something that we dealt with. I want to say Friday, where it just kept doing this all day, where it would be about a consistent $2 away before actually finally breaking at the end of the day. Running up into resistance again at the 200 moving average. This time it's getting even lower now. It's down to 62 versus these other ones that were up at 62.50. And so the 200 moving average is working its way down. The closer and closer it gets to this 50, the higher probability we have of an upward trend reversal. We're getting a cyan switch right now at the very top of that 200 moving average. Coming in for this real, like an actual real swap now. Finally got above the 200 moving average. We may run up all the way up to 65 up here. I gotta check this on the longer time frame. Jump over to TOS. Yep, TOS is working out quite well on the 3-minute side. It is finally breaking above that 50 EMA that it really was struggling with, pulling up here to 64. So there we have it. There's a very nice trend reversal there. We may reject off the volume weighted average price. And in fact, I honestly hope that we do. I hope that we reject down to about 62, maybe just down all the way to about this 200 moving average. But we're on approach for the crossover, the 5200 cross. Ten seconds on this candle. TGM's at 2.2 on the 20-second chart, which is kind of high. You can see last time it was here, it was at 2.0, 2.1 before it pulled back. Three-minute is on approach for a cyan switch as well, which would look really solid. see what 8:30 brings us in about 5 minutes. I think we'll get the crossover before then. They're $1 apart. Now less than on a cooling candle. So because of this cooling candle, because of the VWAP, we may reject a little bit. And so that may cause the 50 to go downward some, elongating out that this crossover process. Currently, they're about 80 cents apart. If we get the crossover, I'll wait for the candle to close and then wait for the next candle after that on the open. If we're still crossed, then I'll take a long. Being very cautious on this. There's that rejection off the volume weighted average price very clearly that we mentioned. That would have been a nice short right up here. Just for that rejection off the VWAP. I almost feel like I have like too many different strategies in my head to be able to like use each one of them. I kind of sometimes commit to like a single strategy for the day. And I try not to deviate too much, at least at this particular point in my career. I think that at a certain point in my trading career, I don't know how much longer it will be, another year from now, maybe, I'm not sure. But I think at some point, I'll be so adept at utilizing each of these individual strategies all of the time that I can just basically take trade after trade. But I don't know when that'll be or if it'll ever be, but I hope it will be someday. But today is not that day. Rejecting the crossover currently at the moment. Seeing red on the TTM and pretty heavy pullback off the VWAP there. Did anybody go short off VWAP? Oh yeah, did y'all like the new tracks that we dropped up? We played them last week. I'll have to get them added to this playlist though. Just so that we have a little bit more variety, but also I don't want to play it off the web player because it like pauses it after every track. Very, very annoying. Pulling all the way back down to 59 off of 64. 20 tick move down. And not very much time, really. When was this at? 25, and we're here at 30. So 5 minutes. It's a lot of pullback over 5 minutes. $5 in 5 minutes. Coming down, making new lows. Pretty heavy rejection there. Crossover is $1 away. And the thing of it is, so this happened all last week. Not all last week, but really like two days last week this happened, where the 50 and the 200 would get really, really close to a crossover and then reject. And that's why I was waiting for the confirmation, was for this exact reason. And I didn't want to take an anticipatory trade that would end up doing this. So definitely a major opportunity on short here. I mean, now we're at 40 ticks from what we were 5 minutes ago. So huge opportunity right there on that short. Oh, you know, I just realized all of our moving averages and everything is hidden. So I made that video over the weekend and I hid a bunch of these. Um, wow. I do not even realize that. I hit a bunch of these because we weren't talking about them, so I just didn't want them to be on the chart. I don't know if it's better or worse now. Now that I'm so like, I already adapted. Alright. Pulling all the way down to new lows there at 53.75 on the new low. Massive rejection off that VWAP. The 3-minute TTM also rejected the cyan switch, but I guess that was obvious. So it went from 1.35 to 1.4 to 1.39, now to 1.27, 1.3 area. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. And if y'all wonder why I keep TOS up here, it's just because, like, in terms of actually manipulating a chart, it's probably one of my favorites. It's just really quick and simple. And it's almost like muscle memory at this point. So part of it is the consistent use of it, and the other part of it is I just think it's really straightforward. And not like Trade Evates is not straightforward. I think it is. But I just think that there is just an easier time dragging and moving things around on TOS. Popping back up to 58. So that red to yellow was actually pretty accurate. I'm not taking the red to yellows on the 22nd yet. I haven't been trading this chart time frame long enough to be comfortable enough doing that. I feel comfortable doing that on the 1-minute chart, and sometimes on the 3-minute chart and the 5-minute, but not necessarily on the 22nd. So it's still a little new to me. So that's why I'm not taking like all these red to yellow moves. That was a pretty big rejection right there. I thought that we were gonna see a move back up. Just now. I'm all out of tea. TTM down here at 1.5. The lower side of it was all the way down to 5.2 area. So there's a low again, 53.50. Making lows on yellow on TTM. That's kind of interesting. This is actually below the lower band of the VWAP. .4 to 4.0 on the TTM on the 1-minute side. Alright, so a 9 above the 12, I might consider taking a long on that for a move back up towards, probably up towards the 35 or maybe the 50. The 35 being here around $57. and the 50 there is at 57.50. So I would probably look to get out of like 57.25, maybe just 57 flat. But it's not there yet. You can see there's divergence from the 26 and the 35. It does look decent for a long. Just kind of the more these diverge. I was hoping to have taken that crossover, the 5200 cross, but it just didn't happen. And actually, it diverged in the opposite direction, the downward direction, from the 50 and the 200. So I don't think we're going to be getting that anytime soon after that divergence. So now it's just basically things are on the downward move now, and I think they're going to be going downward for a while. Still consistently moving downward. Like I said, I think that may happen for a while. The lower band of this, whoa, that's funny. I actually was about to say I might consider going short. Wow, that was quite the drop. Dropping all the way down to 50. I was gonna say the lower band of the view up is down here, and then it just ripped down. So there's definitely a lot of short opportunities off of the 9 moving average that we've seen several times. $200 is now at 59.87. 50's at 56. Pretty heavy drop there on the TTM. It really does seem to be more short opportunities in the marketplace. Just a lot of the time. One day I'll be one of those traders that can just take advantage of every move that's ever existed. Like, oh, that's a move. This is a move. That's a move. This is a move. Okay, so we may actually get a little run up here towards like 55 area. $3.1 to $2.8. I'm not gonna go long though without confirmation. So confirmation is just super important. I'm not trying to like burn my accounts or nothing. Risk management is like my main focus this month, and if that means taking less trades, then that's what it means. I know I've only taken like, besides the sim, I've only taken one trade today. This candle here was quite enlightening. CTM moving from 1.9 to 1.5. on the yellow side. Like I said, potential tests of like $55. I haven't joined in the trade yet. It's because, like I said, I'm waiting for that confirmation, which it's almost here. For a science switch, as well as the 912. Wouldn't mind like a pullback on this or the next candle. There we go. That's what I want to see. I want to see that red candle. And then the next candle open green. Nothing yet. No entry yet. .4 on the TTM. Very close to a science switch, but no 9 cross yet, and no science switch yet. No 26 cross. So we don't have those confirmations yet. That's why we didn't go long. I'm grateful that I didn't. You can see this little contract dump right here. I just want to say thank you to myself for having patience. Thank you to myself for having risk management for that right there. Because I think myself even 2 months ago would have gone long on that in the anticipation of the upward move. And so I think that I've been hit over the head a couple of times with these sort of contract dumps that I think I'm starting to get it. Maybe don't be so eager. And it goes without me. well, well, you guys, ding, ding. That's just too funny. Why does it stop? There we go. All right, so there was a tiny little cyan switch there. Nothing I would have taken just because there's no crossover. So $50 and $200 are $5 apart now. So that's pretty massive. That's a pretty massive divergence there. So at this particular point, it's kind of like, yeah, all right, we may want to look at going short almost exclusively. However, this crossover is pretty close. Just a lot of waiting around today, man. At least for me. People who are, shorting, probably getting a lot of opportunities right now. You know what I honestly wish I could do? I wish I could flip the chart completely upside down and just literally trade with the chart upside down. So like the prices would be listed upside down. Everything would just be completely listed upside down. And I would love to trade like that because it honestly would look like it wouldn't have to kind of like flip my head, flip my mind, the image in my mind upside down. In order to trade long or trade short. At least that's sort of how I see it. Like a lot of times, because it's the same strategies on short as it is on long, at least for the most part. But it's just that flip. And sometimes I wish I honestly could just flip it. I could flip my monitor. That I could do. So that might work. It might be kind of challenging though. I'd have to put everything on hotkeys. I think that could work though. Put everything on hotkeys, and then just flip the whole monitor upside down. What do y'all think? Has anybody ever done anything like that? Just short the VRAP projection all day today. It's not a bad idea. If we ever get back up to VWAP, that is. Y'all don't even think that we'll get back to VWAP today? I mean, I don't know. Maybe in the afternoon. Oh, did you? You straight up sent me a flipped image? That's awesome, dude. Joe. So Pawn's just like, all right, well, here you go. I flip it for you. Maybe I can just watch it on my phone. Just like completely flipped, just on my phone or an iPad or something. Okay, so here we go. All right, so the 9 is getting above that 12 there. Wait for this candle to close and look for a potential entry on the next candle. All right, enter long 2 contracts on the 100K account. 9's above the 12. I'm looking to get out at 53. We do have this 50 moving average that we're going to need to get through in order to do that. We do have Scion Switch going for us. We do have 912 going for us. We're just one tick away from this closing out. I'm going to take the profit.
Order filled.
Okay, so 51.75. So we got 2 ticks. Not like amazing, but we did make 38 bucks. I still think this is gonna pop a little bit. Kind of doing some round robin action, jumping between all of our. We have 4 evaluations that we're working on. A little too zoomed in here. Jumping over to the side. So these are diverged a lot, the 50 and 200. So I don't have a lot of confidence that this is a trend reversal or anything. But it is up here at the 845 time mark that I said, you know, may be the trend reversal area. I don't have a lot of confidence that that's what's happening per se. I just think this might be a bounce off lows. But we do have some things that are working for us. It makes it look like it will continue to go up. There was that move up to 53. We have a lot of divergence though, away from the 200 moving average. So it gives me less confidence, if you will, in terms of this actual trend reversal. But the moving averages, the 912 and the 50 and the 35 and all that, they all look pretty good. The 35 is still below the 50, so that's not like continued confirmation of upward direction. But 9 and 12 are getting above 50, and that is. We do have this cyan here. We may get some pullbacks in this zone. Currently, we are green on 2 evaluations on the day. And looking for evaluation number 3 to go green. So the trade that we took was really off of this 9 getting above the 12. We definitely could have ran it up to 53 and even 54. But we got out at 52 and a half. Took profits a little early. Mainly because I didn't want to get caught in, just in all the bearish movement that we've seen on the day. All right, 9 and 12 are getting above the 50 on this little consolidation zone here below 55 and above the 50 moving average on the 20-second chart. Let's take a look at this on the 1-minute chart. Get a little zoomed in. On the 1-minute side, I see on the current candle that the 9 is above the 12. This has 30 seconds for this to give us the full info that we seek. But the TTM is looking great in terms of momentum, going from 3.2 to 2.5 to 1.7 to 0.7. So a lot of upward direction on the TTM as well on the 1-minute chart. There's that move up to 55 that we mentioned. We may run into resistance at 55 just because it's kind of a natural zone. And then it's also right where the EMA 35 is. We notice the 9 is above the 12 on the 1-minute side, and the 1 minute's also getting a cyan switch. So this actually does look pretty good. A pullback maybe to like 54, or possibly like 53.75 might look really great. Maybe a little bit of pullback in this area, followed by another rip. That one there did doji on the 20-second chart at 54.75. The 35 is approaching a crossover of the 50. So this could actually be the trend reversal that we mentioned. We said 8:45 for the time frame of the trend reversal. It is around that zone. It's 8:55, and this did start about 8 minutes ago. So like 8:47. 35 and 50 are both working their way upward. I would not mind a pullback down at as low as 53.50 or 53. That would be the lowest I would want to see it. But I don't actually mind a rejection here at 55. I think it would actually be a good thing if it rejects down to the 50 moving average and then holds above the 50 moving average. I think that will look good. I'm going to check this 1-minute chart. 1-minute chart did get it's getting crossover. It's getting 9, 12, and 26. So all of it is kind of working out there on that side. This did pull back, but pull back to about 53.75 is where this went to. I'm going to look for an entry. Real Q is where, you know what I mean? I think 53.50 seems kind of reasonable. I think that this was the opportunity on this candle or this one. There's a nice pullback to 53.75. The 50 and 200 still diverge like $4. So that's still quite a lot. It's pulling back to 53.75. tempted to join the bid here. 53.50 was that zone there. Wow. Yeah, I should have done it. Could have been yours, Doug. TTM on the 1 minute side going from 0.9 to 1.5 to 1.9 2.0 area. So a little bit of slowdown on it, but not much. This is charging right back up from 53.50, ripped all the way up to 54.75. So a little 5 ticker there. I'm not taking the trade at this moment because I'm seeing a lot of cooldown on the TTM on the 20-second chart, and also it's very close to a drop here. However, this has in the past, and I'm not saying that it will or won't. 9 just got below the 12. We just got a red on cross.
Order filled.
Short off 53. I'm looking for a move down to 52.25. Of course, it's just charging up. Wow. I'm out. Jeez.
Order filled.
Well, that wasn't fun. Lost of $241. I actually went short on that. I went short on this trend reversal here. Why would I do that? I went short because of this, and it's just a bad move. I also went short because of the 9-12 crossing downward. I think I placed a little bit too much faith in that instead of what my intuition actually said, and I think I just got nervous. And I also think that I haven't taken a trade in a very long time, and so I'm just like at a certain point becoming somewhat antsy, when is the next trade up gonna happen? You know what I mean? And so I think that's what happened on that. And so not my finest hour on that particular trade, but that's all right. We're still good on the day on our other 2 accounts at the moment. And I think really my intention is just to get every account green every day. Wow, so this did end up sort of failing. Yep. That's... I still took a bad short, though. I mean, I took this pretty much at the bottom. Just to have that rip right back up. Sort of like an upside-down cup and handle right here. So we may get a little pop and then a rip downward. Looks like if I would have held my short, that it would have worked out, but I also would have had to hold it through a major rip upwards. It would have been terrible risk management, in my opinion. Yeah, no worries, Tiny. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for showing up. We love and appreciate you. You can see very clear resistance right here at 55 area. I marked it at 54.75 because you can see it, even though it broke through it a couple of times, it more or less kept coming back down to 54.75. So 200 is up here at 56 and 50's at 53. So they're about $3 apart. 9's above the 12 on this. Getting cyan switch, massive little run up there, breaking on through to the other side. I was gonna look at entering on that 9 moving average there. Dude, that's funny, Juan, that you took the exact same trade as me. It sounded like you took yours by accident, though. I took mine not by accident. I was gonna take this off the 9, and I just didn't. Okay, so we are on approach though for another attempt at a trend reversal. 50's at around 54 and 200's at 56.80 on the 20-second chart. Let's take a look at this on the 1-minute chart, which is putting in for another was actually putting in for a possible 5200 cross. I'm gonna take a look at this on a 3-minute side so I can actually see what's going on with that. This has a possible 1226 cross inbound. That's a ways out though. You can see right here that's, I mean, they're diverged about $3. That's quite a lot. And just take a quick look at the 5. And let's take a look at the 15. So this is actually really interesting. If you look at the 15-minute chart right here, right at 9 o'clock, so this is actually perfect timing. About 9:05. My clock is slow, dude. I have an analog clock over there. On the 15-minute chart, you can actually see a downward cross happening. Don't mess with the 15-minute chart on the 5200 moving average. So we may start getting some drops here if that's the case. If you notice, like, the 15-minute cross is really accurate. This was the last one. It crossed on the upside, ran all the way up here, and it's been kind of trading this zone since. So I think in order to actually see real momentum shift, I want to see a yellow on the 15-minute chart. So that right there, that information makes me a little bit more inclined to start thinking about some shorts, because a downward cross on the 15-minute chart of 5200 moving average is typically like that's a really accurate move a lot of the time. And here we are moving downward. Short off 54 doesn't look too bad. I'm not willing to take it. So I don't want to get caught in this kind of situation again. Five is the big bear flag, like on the 5 minute. Wow, that's quite a riff here. I'm glad I didn't take that short. But I don't feel confident going long either. There's a little cyan. Might be nice to take a little balance off the 9 moving average here, though. Well, you need to be like zoomed in, but it's really easy to like over zoom on these charts. 9's back above 12. There's 12.26 there. We got red on TCM. There's a lot of conflicting information right now. 15-minute chart is showing a 5,200 downward cross. The 20-second chart is showing upward momentum and downward momentum at the same time. So where we're at right now, there's just too much conflicting information happening. So being as that's the case, I'm going to sit out for the moment and wait for a very clear opportunity. Waiting is one of the most challenging parts of trading, for me anyway. Everybody has what is more or less challenging to them. CTM's kind of running flat right now, and we're kind of going sideways with a small range here. We're just about 5 minutes away from a new 15-minute candle. I'm gonna pop in on the 5-minute chart here and just see what's going on. So, Pawn, I'm sure you're talking about this flag, right? Nice push up there to the 200 moving average. $54.39 and $56.21 on the moving averages. $54.42 and $56.20. My hope is we get one last rejection here and then we finally get the cross. Like I said, all last week and really like a lot of the last month, our trend reversal time frame has been around 9 to 9:30. Big rejection again, pulling down to 54.50. I think it was kind of expected that it would reject here off the 200 moving average. I probably should have just shorted off that 200. I mean, it's been, super strong. The 200 on the 1 minute chart is steady declining. So, I mean, that does look good for the eventual, but it does feel like it's a ways out. Nine is below 12 at the moment. We're just kind of ranging out between the 50 and the 200 on the 20-second chart. 50 is now at 54.50, and 200 is at 56. So they're about $1.50 apart at the moment. Remember last time that we got this close, they eventually got really, really close. Looked like they were about to cross, and then we got this big drop. It looks like that might happen again. This candle's over. New one. We are getting more of a drop. Going back down to 53. So if we pop here, like if we go up, then we may have this actual opportunity for the reversal. But if not, then, you know, like we understand that it's going to be a lot longer before that reversal actually happens. I think it'll be a lot longer because it just ripped down. So I think that we're looking at we may be looking at a while. This got bought back up pretty quickly. I don't know. I've taken very few trades today. Only 3 trades in the evaluations. 2 wins out of 3. My nose is really itchy. It's been happening like all spring. 55.82 and 54.24. So this got below 56. 54.24. Yeah, still about $1.50 difference on these, on the 50 and the 200. GTM's at 1.16 on the 20-second chart on the red side. Let's see if we get a red to yellow. Pulling back down to 52.50. Getting some rejections there off the 9. It's funny, I've seen this 9-12 crossover on the downside be incredibly accurate for shorts. And for whatever reason, almost every time I take it, it doesn't do it. But otherwise, when I watch it, I'm like, oh, that looks like that would be a short. And then it works out just fine. And so I think that what that tells me is I don't know actually which ones are more accurate than another. So at least in regards to that particular strategy. So I think in terms of going short on that particular one, I think I need a little bit of work. I got these yellow candles flashing. Nothing solid yet. Also, some additional divergence on the 5200, 50/200. TTM's at 1.57 on yellow. Now 5-2. 48. New candle now. I'm going to wait for a 9-12 crossover. So 9 above 12 and then look at going long again. In which case, I think we have room up to about 55. Like right here. Maybe 54.50 sounds more reasonable. I think 54.50 sounds more reasonable. It looks like it's on its way there. Because I can see this is steady inclining on the TTM. It's now at 1.4. But like I said, I gotta wait for the confirmations. Without them, I don't want to get caught in moves that just end up going against me. I'm just gonna feel stupid. So I'm like, I could have waited 10 more seconds for the confirmation and just known and not taken this trade. So got doji on that. 1.26 now on the TTM. It's still rocking this like 1.2, 1.3 area, down to like 1.4, 1.5. So long as it keeps stacking yellow, I think that we'll have this crossover that we mentioned. And like I said, I think room up to like 54.50 sounds reasonable. We'll probably pop right here. TTM going from 1.3 now to 0.86. There's the pop. Two seconds left in this candle. I'm gonna wait for the next candle. There is a little move up there. There's the room up to 55 that I mentioned. See if we get some sell-off on this candle. Maybe down to like 53 and a quarter, 54 or something like that. 9's above 12 now. We're also approaching a 1226 crossover and a cyan switch. I'm going to join the bid here.
Order filled.
Long at 53.50, 3 contracts. And 9's above 12. I want to see this get above to the see, that's what I'm saying, man. You gotta wait for that confirmation all the way. 0.06. Still holding this for the moment. I'm gonna be quick to cut this though, because the 9 got below the 12. There's a little cyan switch, but come on. This looks less good to me. I'm gonna cut this, actually, I think. Yeah, I'm out.
Order filled.
Oh, dude, it filled me way down there. Yo, that lost like $500 because it filled me way down there at the bottom. I was like, yo, I'm out. And then I exit. The moment I did is when it plummeted. That's whack. That sucks, dude. I'm not going to trade this account anymore today. 1,254 back in trailing max on that one. I'm not going to trade that account today anymore. I'm done losing on that. So, but we're up in our 100K. And, man, I cannot believe that just did that. Filled me at the bottom, too. What up, crypto? Good to see you, homie. So we're doing fine in our 100K today. We're also doing fine in our Apex 50K. We're up 178.50 in our Apex, and we're up 38 in our 100K. But we did get caught on that drop, and I was about to cut it too. Like I literally hit cut, and right when I did is when it dropped down like that. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Pawn. I do need to watch basically for that full crossover, that full confirmation. Yeah, like I was like, I feel like this is gonna drop, and then I hit cut, and the moment I hit cut, it ripped down. We were only down like 112.50 or 150 bucks or something like that, and like right when it ripped, and then it filled me all the way at the bottom. I hit cut the moment that it ripped, and that cost us 500 bucks when it did that. So I was like, ouch. That was definitely no fun on that one. That's okay. I mean, I still feel good about my trading today. Because outside of the 50K account on Elite Trader Funding side, we've done pretty well. By the way, guys, if y'all are trying to earn funding in the futures market, you may want to check out Elite Trader Funding or Apex. Both of them are great companies. I took the short. Good for you, man. Yeah, both these guys are great companies. I've had really amazing customer service with Lead Trader Funding. There is a link in the description and a promo code JSBEST to lock in a lifetime discount. The most popular plan is the 10K, but I think if you look at the 25K, you'll see it actually gets you $500 more on trailing drawdown, but your profit target only goes up 250 bucks. So this one is a straight up 1-to-1 on your drawdown and profit target. So I think the 25K, in my own personal opinion, is a little bit better value, even though it's a little bit more expensive, because it also allows you 3 contracts at the mini. But if you guys are trying to earn funding in the futures market, make sure you check these guys out. They also have static drawdowns for people who don't want to deal with trailing max or anything like that. Just a flat drawdown. And then they have the end of the days, which is more like the traditional style. There's also Apex as well. Apex is, in my own personal opinion, Apex is also one of the big companies right now that's doing quite well. I think what I really like about Apex is just that they, I asked them to get Tradeovate, and a lot of other people did too, and then they actually took the action, Tradeovate, because they do have the option of doing Ninja Trader or Tradeovate with them, and both of them are available to you. But these guys are, even though it's not advertised, they're running an 80% off deal right now. You use the link in the description of the promo code that's in there. It's kind of challenging to remember that promo code, so they don't let me make a custom one. Yeah, you guys check them out and use that link in the description and the coupon code in the description. It'll save you 80%. I believe that's their current deal at the moment. Let's go ahead and jump back on into the charts, and you can actually see that we're coming up for a test again of the 200 moving average. 200 has dropped all the way down to 54.46, while the 50 is at 52.84. So there's still diverged about $1.50. Apex is 90% off for the first month. So Apex is 90% off for the first month, and then after that, it's 80% off. But yeah, so that's what's up with Apex at the moment. 90% off for the first month, 80% off every month thereafter, right now until you actually earn your funding. I'm on the Apex account right now. This was a nice little reversal here. You can see that double top or double top, double bottom. Up and down. I'm learning my directions. Okay. We're very close to the approach of the crossover here. Probably looking at 930 on that cross. So, by the way, guys, if you guys have not checked out my video that we dropped this weekend, our video, not my video, it's our video. It's the whole community's video. If you guys haven't checked it out, it talks about this crossover strategy that I've been using on the 20-second chart. It talks about ways to automate that. It talks about a lot of different opportunities that you can use, where to get in, where to get out, all those types of things. So you guys may want to check that out. We just dropped that on Sunday. It's just available on the channel. Also, guys, if you're not in our Discord community, you're definitely going to want to join up in there. We got some amazing traders offering some amazing content in there. Plus, it's one of the best places to get updates about this community here and what we're doing to grow it. So we are actually getting some little peaks above the 200. I think that we may reject here again. You can see the TTM's kind of leveling off some. This might be one of our last rejections here. 50 EMA is at $53 and the 200s at $54.26. So they're only off by about $1.25 now. Here's that rejection that I mentioned. This is rejected from up here at 54.50 down to 53. 6-6 move to the downside. Hopefully we end up holding the 50, but it doesn't look like we're gonna. It looks like we're gonna run back down to these like 51 area. The reason why I say hopefully, because I actually do want to see this crossover, because trend reversals offer a lot of momentum, and momentum, in my opinion, leads to a lot easier trading. But it's been very much a waiting game this last like month. Seemingly endless patience. Charge back up towards the 200. Peek through it. We're now diverged about $1, which if you recall, we were diverged $1 earlier. I'm going to take a look at the longer time frame charts on TOS. TOS is getting a cyan switch there. 1 minute side also getting 9 above 12 and approaching a 12.26 crossover, but not quite there yet. Fresh cyan switch on it though. Take a look at the 3 minute side. 3 minutes been steady inclining on the TTM as well. Still a lot of room for confirmations though. 9 is still below 12. No crossover, anything like that. It's still a ways out. And with the 15-minute chart posting that that crossover to the downside, I'm skeptical of any upward breakouts today. So 53.25. So divergence is now 75 cents. Now we're in the same dollar range. So getting very, very close to that flip. We'll see what happens if this crossover actually takes place. 35 is getting above 50 though. That does look more enticing. We'll see if it can stay over that for the next like 2 to 3 candles. So this blue line above the green line, that's the blue is 35, the green is 50. If the blue can stay above it, then that gives us more confirmation that this is actually happening. We're at 53.87 and 53.27, so we only have a 60 cents divergence on these two moving averages now. TTM kind of selling off some. TTM's down at 0.5. I think that we are actually going to get a pop here though. 9 is getting above the 50. This looks pretty decent unless we get contracts dumped on us. I might look for an opportunity at like 54. Yeah, we'll put a buy order here at 54.
Order rejected.
Apparently not. Sometimes it just rejects because you're like trying to put it at the current amount, which is weird. It should just like allow you to place it. Okay, no crossover yet. 9 and 12 are currently working their way upward. Trying to get to TOS. There it is. Okay. All right. Let's get back over to this is Elite Trader Funding. Let's get to Apex. All right, this is Apex. Are we going to reject here? It looks like we are trying to. They're basically on top of each other, the 50 and the 200. You can see them right there. They're off by about 20 cents, not even that, 15 cents maybe. Now they're off by 11 cents. I gotta wait for the full crossover because I have seen instances where it's done this and rejected. So, gotta wait for the full cross. $0.08 apart now. Sometimes it's so slow when you're waiting for these certain breakouts to happen. So it's 8 cents apart, but if you notice, the TTM's on the downside, and we got these 912s and everything crossing towards the down. Also, we're coming up on our time limit for our streaming service, which is capped at 2 hours. So we have about a minute left. NQ looks like a V reversal. Divergence now at 5 cents. I don't know. This may like wind up and just rip above here. So if we get cut off, then thank you all for tuning in. I'm going to try something, though. I'm just going to see what happens because it's supposed to automatically shut me off in 2 hours. We're just about 5 seconds from that. So wait. If not, thank you guys. We'll see you in the Discord. All right. If we're still here, let me know. Just type in the chat. Still live. Hell yeah, dude. Oh, that's awesome, dude. All right, so yeah, our service is supposed to just automatically boot us at 2 hours. So Heck with it, man. Let's just keep going. Oh, dude, because of that, though, we missed the breakout. That's all right. I think there's still plenty of opportunity right here. Look for a pullback to, like, so we're going to likely get a science switch here soon.